Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had, made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis's haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for rain throughout tonight with a low around 32, Saturday partly cloudy with a high near 45, and Sunday sunny with a high near 61. You can discover macarons like you've never tasted before at Nicolette's Macarons in Plymouth. Pick up a box of elegant French macarons today, conveniently located off Highway 169. They're perfect for unique gifts, corporate events, or just for yourself. Stop in and order at NicolettesMacarons.com. That's NicolettesMacarons.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday here in GhostBox Radio, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for easing into the weekend with us. We really do appreciate it. As it's strange weather tonight out here, and I want to talk about the weather here real fast. First of all, I'm wondering, in your area in the Twin Cities, did you have thunder and lightning tonight? Because I certainly had thunder and lightning tonight. We are currently getting a lot of rain out in my area, out in the St. Michael area. Before we talk any more about the weather in Minnesota, I do want to very quickly say our thoughts and prayers are with everybody in Michigan as well as in Oklahoma. I know that there's been outbreaks other places as well of tornadoes that if I've read it right, and hopefully the count has got higher, but in Michigan, 4 dead, 12 injured, and I think in Oklahoma it is 5 dead. This is, it's very sad. And as somebody who, and we've talked about this before, who loves documenting weather, loves seeing weather and seeing the beauty of it, this is the downside that none of us want to see. And I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers to everybody who lost loved ones, friends, property in these outbreaks. Hopefully that this subdues. It's just such a crazy, odd weather system that's really hitting everybody. And I really wanted to just say how much all of you are with us. So I just wanted to do that. Meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, we have Adam with us, and you got some rain going on out there in Eden Prairie?
We've got rain. I haven't seen any lightning, but I've been down in the basement the vast majority of the evening.
I was gonna say, if you saw lightning down there, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, but I will say the couple of times I did go upstairs, it looked like like any setting for like a Jack the Ripper or Werewolf in London style movie where it's very wet, very foggy outside. That's what it looks like here in EP. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the lightning or the light show that you guys are getting up there in St. Michael, which makes me a little jealous.
It is kind of cool, and it's been some pretty big rumblings of thunder up here now. Just looking at the weather up here, a couple situations going on. I am in a winter weather advisory from Wright County going west for the rest of the state, and going up north is a winter weather advisory that is sleet, snow, all that good stuff. Now, as I was telling Brett the other day, when I get in my car and I get onto 94 from St. Michael, literally 1 minute into driving on 94, I'm back into Hennepin. So my guess is that probably not going to get the snow and stuff, but in your area, it is hazardous weather outlook, and that's a lot of sleet and stuff as well. So it's 45 degrees, though, so I don't think you have to worry about it quite yet.
No, it's supposed to drop to 27, but then climb like very quickly tomorrow too. So whatever's out there on the roads, be careful, especially if you're out driving in the morning hours.
Totally. And so one of the things that I would recommend people checking out, if you haven't done so already, is the website and the app MN511, which is a great way of seeing what the roads are like in the area, and be able to see traffic cameras, construction, everything else. We're not paid for this. I'm just saying this is a fantastic resource when you want to know what the weather is like. And well, not so much the weather, but the road conditions. It is really good. It constantly updates and stuff. And living far enough away from the station, when we have big storms and stuff, I tend to look at this before I come in, just to kind of see, because honestly, if I find out the roads are completely slippery and stuff, it's not worth my time to come in when I can work from home. It's just ridiculous. So I would look at that. And currently, as we just talked about, and there's no surprise, all the roads are just fine. But it's kind of a nice resource to take a look at as well. So yeah,
a good resource too in the metro where I live, because when construction season kicks in, that also updates with the traffic conditions due to constructions and closures. We're not getting paid by 511.org. I wish we were, but it is a fantastic app.
It is. It's well worth your time to take a look at it as well. Jennifer in the comments says, I'm a weather lover too. Hopefully no more bad news for Michigan or Oklahoma. Absolutely. Laura in the comments says it's about 70 here. Now, Adam, I was going to say when Patrick in the weather, no, it was Brett in the weather today.
It was Brett today,
yeah, it was Brett today. When he said 61 on Sunday, what's the first thing that went into your mind?
Well, how soon is that NCAA tournament blizzard going to hit?
I'm actually surprised. I thought you would have thought, oh, that's grilling.
No, we've had way too little of snowfall here this winter. I'm waiting for that either high school hockey tournament or NCAA basketball tournament snowstorm that we tend to get when we don't have a very snowy December, January, and February. That's what I'm waiting on.
Well, I thought we had a pretty snowy December, but I mean, you're right. I mean, you can never like rule out March, especially March.
Yeah.
So the high school tourney is going on now. So yeah, no, I mean, and that's what I thought was going to happen this weekend, to be perfectly honest. I thought this was just going to be a massive, like, just dump, and March snow is cruel snow. It really is. It's literally, once I always say, and people have laughed at me for saying this, it's like, you must not live in this area, especially if snow falls in March. Be careful shoveling, because it's wet, it's heavy, and it causes a lot of heart attacks for people.
Oh yeah, it's cement, and with that one, with those March and April snows, I will take the snowblower over it, and then I will let those batteries recharge and go over it again. I'm not about to try to shovel that stuff. I'm only in my mid 40s, but I have not taken care of myself. I was a smoker for like 20 years, so I am not going to try and shovel that heavy concrete stuff at all.
No, it is, there's nothing, there is no, there is nothing wrong with being able to say, I don't want to tackle that snow. No one will look at you as a wimp or anything. It's, to find someone to help or whatever else, you got to take care of yourself, because it's, a shovel load is like 20 pounds.
Oh yeah.
It's not cool. Laura says it's 70 there, but she says she's in Smithville, Ohio, and I'm trying to see. Were you getting tornadoes out there? Are you getting any kind of outbreaks out there as well, or are they staying to the north of you? I'd love to know. Mary in the comments says in Renville, let the dogs out. Steps and sidewalk very icy, so you got to be careful there. I just ended up getting some more ice melt for my driveway and stuff, and I always get like the pet friendly ones, because it always tracks in the house, and I don't want Puff to get that down her throat or anything. So yeah, it's you got to be careful. You really have to be careful, especially, I mean, all winter, but this time of year feels like, because it like winter turns on and off.
Yeah, it really is like Weather by Sybil. It's spin the big wheel and see what we have today.
It really is. And it's it is what it is. But it's, you just got to be very careful with all that. And yeah, that's so we'll see how that goes. Now tonight we have question of the week, which we're always excited about for Friday. And tonight's question of the week is, we talk about this all the time, but do you really think that aliens walk among us in human form? And I want people to go ahead. If you want to answer, put it into the comments. We got a lot of responses today for it. And as always, too, don't forget, you can call us 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. It doesn't have to be about question of the week either. It can simply be what's on your mind, paranormal wise. We'd love to talk about whatever's on your mind. I have some friends investigating somewhere tonight that I was invited to, and tomorrow night, and I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm going to take a little bit more time for myself. That's not to get any sort of sympathy. It's more of just being, just kind of knowing when to step back a little bit. We've all been running like crazy, and we have a investigation on Thursday at Divine Lights, as we do every month. And I'm very happy to say we are going to have Johnny Vortex there at the investigation, and he's going to be showing off some of the gear that he made. He's going to be investigating with us, and he went over very well at Ghost Stories on Wednesday. So you want to investigate not only a cool location, but with somebody who's making equipment and trying it out in the field. This is going to be a lot of fun. And to go to that investigation, all you need to do is just go to charvidity.com, and over on the left-hand side, it's events and classes, or classes and events. And you can sign up, and it's from 6 to 9 at Divine Lights in Anoka next Thursday. These are fun. I'm just going to say these are a lot of fun. We feel like spirit evolves every time that we get out there and do something. And we've had a couple of situations now where we've done some crossing over as well for any spirits who want to do so. And it's just such a real, first of all, to me, it's very powerful to be able to cross over spirits. And then, you're like, well, how do you know it worked? And they're telling you in the spirit box responses, because I have spirit box going. You'll get thank you. The last time you had someone, after I'm asking people, did you cross over? Did you cross over all right? You hear, good job. So, I mean, that's sweet. I really like that. So I'll still be able to scratch the investigation itch. I just wish I was with my friends this weekend, but they're going to be fine without me. Probably have more fun, to be completely honest. So you got that. Laura says, when I asked about the tornadoes in Ohio, if there are any, Laura says, no, it's clear skies here. Well, I'm happy to hear that. 70, it's that's warm in Ohio in March. So hope it stays that way. I just hope it's a nice early gift of spring for you, because that's something. And just the same with 61 on Sunday for us. What's really cool. So I know I will be grilling on Sunday, and my guess that will be chicken wings. I mean, come on.
I'll probably snag some burgers at the grocery store that day, but also we lose an hour. Don't
Oh,
forget
that's
that.
right. Yeah, but you said you're a fan of that BS. So
Well, a little bit. But it makes me feel like, I'm back in college again. Still lack of sleep. Granted, though, I did catch up on my sleep when I took my vacay, so I'm finally, kind of back to even.
how was that? Did you have fun?
I had a blast.
That's nice.
It was fun being in the Gulf of Mexico, getting rocked to sleep by a boat all the time. It was wonderful.
It's I've never experienced being like on a cruise, so I mean, I can understand why that's very gentle and nice, or could be a nightmare for some, depending on how you handle that sort of movement, I guess.
Yeah, some complained about the choppiness. To me, it wasn't that choppy at all, but I don't have any sort of motion sickness issue or anything like that. The wife was fine as well. We didn't have to, have any, was it Dramamine or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
There were a handful of people on there that had a little bit of issue, but, I found it very comfortable, a very nice, gentle rock. The one we went on a couple years before, it was smooth sailing. Like, you felt no rocking other than like once or twice. This one, a little bit choppier, so it rocked almost the whole time, but it was a very gentle, almost crib-like, if you will.
And not like they were, propelling you into a hurricane or anything. It was
No, not at all. Not at all.
Mm.
Clear skies pretty much the entire time. It was absolutely gorgeous.
That's very fun. That's very cool. Yeah, no, I'm happy to hear that. And you made it back in one piece, and it sounds like a great time.
It was an absolute blast. It was very relaxing.
Very nice. That's very nice.
Drank way too much, but that's beside the point.
Well, there is that.
Had a drink with Morris Day of Morris Day and the Times, though.
That's pretty cool.
So we're sitting there at the bar, overlooking the pool deck or whatnot, and him and the crew of 3 people came up, and he saw, and of course I'm wearing a Minnesota cap. He sits down next to me, strikes up a conversation.
That's nice. That's
so
very
that
nice.
was a blast.
I met him a long time ago at one of the agencies I worked for, that we brought them in for a show.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and I mean, not the way that you met him. I mean, that's more of a nice sort of like a conversational thing, where that works really well. I am more like, oh, hi, that's really, really quick like that. So
Oh, right on. Yeah.
no, those are nice moments when you can have like those little like drink moments, and just like you're all just there, just enjoying time. That's the kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, it was in between, like nothing really was going on at the pool deck. It was actually nice and quiet, other than, people out sunbathing and stuff. But yeah, just a quiet moment out there. And yeah, I happened to be up there, and they popped the squat right next to me.
That's great. I love it. And I find, though I've never been on one, just based on what I've heard from a lot of people, you're able, I mean, because you're on a ship, and even though there's a lot of people on the ship, it just feels like that people are much more engaging than say going to a convention at like a hotel or something like that. This just seems like a very different vibe.
Yeah, and the one we were on was a Jay and Silent Bob cruise, so they have it set up somewhat like a convention. There's script readings, there's movie showings, Q&As, autograph signings, and things like that. But the biggest difference, other than, it's a captive audience, no pun intended, but, on the 4 days that we were there, they had just a fantastic rotating schedule of everything, so that very much like a con, you had get people doing autographs at certain times. So if you didn't want to go and get those autographs, you could go watch one of the movies, and then 2 of the other celebrities who were on the boat were doing like a Q&A after the movie, or in some cases stopping the movie and talking about certain scenes, which was really neat as well.
That's great. No, that's really cool. Those are great situations, and I'm hoping eventually I'll get onto a cruise, and I will. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But it sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm obviously what I'm really kind of pulled to is like all the food. All the food you could eat, and
Even the stuff you don't have to pay for is amazing. All the complimentary stuff that's worked into the price of the ticket, but complimentary, fantastic.
Yeah, nope. Someday I'm going to do so. Now, folks, once again, a question of the week, and we're going to get to this in the next segment here. The question of the week is: we talk about this all the time, but do you really think that aliens walk among us in human form? I mean, we hear people have different opinions. I have a lot of answers from posting this earlier, and it's very diverse, and I love it. I'd love to know your thoughts as well. You can put it in the comments, or you can give us a call, 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. If you want to answer question of the week or want to say something that's on your mind that's paranormal related, we are more than welcome to hear what you have to say. Why don't we do this? Let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to get to all that. Don't go anywhere. It's Casual Friday here on GhostBox Radio.
Okay, question of the day. What do UFOs, ghosts, breathwork, and psychedelics have in common? Find out at the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through 3rd in Wisconsin, the Midwest premier event all about consciousness, life's mysteries, and all the stuff that blows your mind. 4 stages alive at the same time with world-class experts and tons of hands-on experiences. Hosted by Jimmy Church, you'll be doing UFO Skywatches with Chris Bledsoe, workshops with Dr. Diane Hennessy, Lidu and Dahlia from the telepathy tapes, a group quantum hypnosis by Sarah Bressman Cosme. You'll learn telekinesis, telepathy, dowsing rods, plus God helmet experiences, a real live seance, and live performances galore. Whether you're brand new to this world or knee-deep in the rabbit hole, this is the place to explore the unseen, the unexplained, and the undeniable at the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through 3rd. Curious? Learn more at contactmodalitiesxpo.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis's haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday here on GhostBox Radio. Thank you very much for joining us. So thank you for allowing us to ease into the weekend with us as we are kind of in a rainy Friday evening here in the Twin Cities. Hopefully that you're not in nasty weather in your part of the country, but always happy to be able to talk with all of you. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. I got to say, it's a good time to start planning your May. As you have heard in the commercial breaks, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd this year you have your opportunity to go to the second annual Contact Modalities Expo. And what this is this is just in Wisconsin, not far from us at all, really, when you really come and think about it. It's going to be at the Lake Lawn Resort in southeastern Wisconsin. And it's not far from Milwaukee, Madison, Chicago. It's a 3-day experience, and it brings together some of the most fascinating minds and experiences that you're going to find anywhere. There is going to be 4 stages out there of programming running simultaneously. You're going to learn everything from UFO, UAP research and near-death experiences to meditation, telepathy, breath work, sound healing, dowsing, biohacking, remote viewing, plant medicines, ancient mysteries, seeing without eyes, pendulum healing, mediumship, quantum hypnosis. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of people that are going to be out there. You're going to see Chris Bledsoe, Chris Jr. and Emily Bledsoe. Jimmy Church is going to be the MC. There's a lot of names out here. And what I love about this is also these are names that are kind of more deeper dives in the topics, not the people that have only been on TV and stuff. You're going to learn a lot going out there. If this is something that you find interesting, this is the place to be. Please go out there and show them that Minnesota is interested in these type of events, because we'd love to keep working with Contact Modality Expo. And we said that people are going to be very interested here in the Twin Cities, here in Minnesota, to go check it out. Go to contactmodalitiesexpo.com. Expo is spelled XPO. Go out there. I'll put it in all my links and stuff. And from there, you can find out what works best for you to go out there and check it out. But it's May 1st through 3rd. You're going to want to check this out. It's going to be great. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go out there myself, and I wish I could, because this would be amazing. But we are a sponsor for the event as well, so you'll be able to see our logo and stuff out there, so you'll know that we're a part of it. And I don't know, Adam, it doesn't get much better than that, that's for sure.
I will say the one thing that definitely interests me in that spot is the God helmet. I've never heard of that.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I have not.
It's going to be nope. It's cool. It's very cool. I've never experienced. I don't want to experience that, because that really takes away all of your sensory, and I don't want that for myself personally.
Right on.
I also
just shared the link in the.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I see that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And it's gonna be interesting. And there's a theory back in the day that something like the God helmet, that's one of the things when you cut off your sensory perception. They did this on a documentary once back in the late 90s, and everybody who had that sort of thing happen to them where they cut out their sensory, every one of them said that they seemed like that they were visited by something that was gray with big dark eyes.
Oh, very cool.
And I mean, I don't know if that's basically saying that that we are making those kind of those visits up in our mind, or is it that we're actually maybe being visited when we do cut off all the sensory stuff? So I don't know. It's very interesting. Let's see. I'm trying to read a comment here that's not making sense when I'm reading it. Why don't you bring Adam, either you when you out and about? Oh, okay. Okay, now, Nance, it's a multi-part comment, Adam, where you have to stitch together the words that you want them to say. So she's saying, why don't you bring Adam with you when you're out and about? You mean like when I go grocery shopping? I mean, what do you mean?
I've already got to go grocery shopping with my wife, and that's a torture.
I mean, I don't think he wants to go grocery shopping with me. I mean, I to be fair, I've never asked you, Adam. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. I mean,
as horrible as I look, I would probably shun on your diet and have to make a snarky comment about everything you put in the cart.
Oh my gosh, you do when I bring the food in when I have lunches. You have a comment about literally everything I have to I eat, and you are against all of those places, every single one of them.
Other than except the pizza places, I'm good with them, because they'll screw up your order and you'll bring it into me. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll eat it.
Nancy said, who gave us the disjointed comment. She goes, "It's how I think, disjointed." You don't say. So yeah, that's
I only go with him to the big ones. So that's when I go out and about with him, is usually just to the big ones. And it's usually just to the nerd events, so I can kind of keep everything that isn't Doctor Who away from him, so he doesn't, go into a hiding because he doesn't know, anything about Star Trek or Star Wars or animation. So I gotta deflect those for him.
I know all of those to a certain degree, at least. But yeah, no, it's we've and I cut back also on the places I'm going as well. So, but yeah, we go out to, especially Twin Cities Con. That's a big one. So
yeah, and also I got a wife and daughter at home and 3 dogs. I can't make out to a lot of appearances.
It's tough. It
is. And I work here like every other weekend as well.
You do. You're a busy person, a busy bee. Got lots going on. So there you are. So there. Hope that answered your question, Nancy. Now, once again, let's see if I can find this real fast. Jennifer says in the comments, talk about from the last segment, I just got home from a 6-day cruise with stops at Costa Maya and Cozumel. Super relaxing, lots of great food and wonderful drinks. I'm so happy for you, Jennifer. It's so nice. People deserve to get away. People deserve to go to nice places, eat good food, and have nice times. And I just feel like now more than ever, people deserve that. And so, like, you going and you and Danielle getting away for vacation, what Jennifer put in the comments, I mean, you all, good for you. You deserve to have those moments, because that, you never know when that stuff changes. I don't want to be dark, but you just want to really experience, and everyone deserves a chance to have nice things happen to them, right?
Yeah, every now and again, something's got to shine nice on everybody, you would hope.
Absolutely. Now, question of the week is simply this. We talk about this all the time, but do you really think that aliens walk among us in human form? Because we do talk about this. We jokingly call people aliens. We talk about Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Elizabeth II. I mean, all that kind of stuff. But do we really actually think this? Adam, why don't you kick us off here?
Yeah, as I mentioned in the comment on the GhostBox page, I think John Carpenter's They Live is a little too on the nose. If you've ever seen that science fiction flick, it's where John Nada, played by Rowdy Piper, comes across these sunglasses that are Ray-Bans, which I have Ray-Bans, but I've yet to see an alien. But when he puts them on, he can see the subliminal messaging in advertising, magazines, newspapers, and also can see that, aristocrats and those who are wealthy and in power are also aliens. And he and a group of other folks bring them down. It's a fantastic movie. I give it 4.5 stars.
And you're not just saying it's fantastic because Rowdy Piper's in it.
Absolutely not. It is such a good movie. So good all the way around. But it's John Carpenter, so you really can't miss.
No, it's and even though it was made probably like 41, 42 years ago, something like that.
I think it was 92.
Not that far. Not that early, is it? Let's see here.
It was early 90s.
What's it called? They Live?
They Live, yeah.
Let's just stop the radio show.
I want to say it was somewhere between 90 and 92. I'm saying it was like 92 when it was released.
All right. Do you want to place some money on that?
You know where I work, so you know I have no money.
1988.
88. Wow. Was 88. Oof.
So it's not even 40. It's not 40 years yet.
No, but I probably didn't see it until about 91 or 92 because I saw it on VHS. So I was about 11 or 12 when I saw it.
No, absolutely. And I've never seen it.
You're honestly missing out. It is a really, really good alien movie. It is a fantastic alien flick.
I'll get around to it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never heard anyone say it's not, quite frankly. It's one of those things that, when I don't think about it, but then when you like bring it up or something, I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet. But I do have to say, based on our conversation that you and I had after the show on Wednesday, I think I might watch T2 this weekend.
Yeah, that's I still hold that is such a good movie. Oh,
It is. It's such a good movie. All right. We talk about this all the time, but do we really think that aliens walk amongst us in human form? Adam says, you know what? It's could very possibly be much more like maybe a message had been given to us about what to look for in film form, right?
yeah, could easily be.
Could easily be. Let's see. Constance Victoria Briggs, who is well respected and has been on our program before, she answered, she goes, yes, they do. There are many stories of people who have encountered extraterrestrial beings. They're here for various purposes, including monitoring humanity and also gathering information about Earth that they take back to their home planet. However, there are many other reasons that they are here. I actually cover them in my last book and in a new book that I will hope will be out soon. So we actually turned that bit into a bit of a commercial for her, which is, you know, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
If you hit up the GhostBox link on Amazon,
Right,
you'll be
exactly.
able to find the previous book and hopefully the new one. Just go
Right,
to the
exactly.
GhostBox website and
Exactly. You know, we're always shilling on here, aren't we? We're always shilling.
I'm telling you,
And
on a Friday, the under music always needs to be Sarah McLachlan, the ASPCA song.
will you help a poor Greg? Yeah, no, it's that's well, you know what that means also? It means that I need to get Constance back on the program. She's fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't wait to see that, hear that one.
Yeah, so I'll have to reach out to her, be what's the new book, and she'll be like, who are you? Anyway, that's kind of how that works at the very least. Let's see. We talk about this all the time, but do we really think that aliens walk amongst us in human form? Get to a couple here. I didn't realize we're already running out of time. It's incredible. Anne says 100% yes. Cameron says no way. And you know what? That's the thing. There's no wrong answers here. I have an opinion, but I cannot confirm one way or the other. Renee says, I know someone who had a foster baby that she swore was an alien human hybrid. She saw UFOs around all the time she was caring for the baby, and the baby would swim to the bottom of their pool. Okay. She lost track of the child after the girl was adopted and grew up. Well, let me read. Did I read that right? She saw UFOs around all the time while she was caring for the baby, and the baby would swim to the bottom of their pool. Why is the baby in the pool? I've never been a parent, but I can't imagine that you don't do that. You know, I don't know.
Oh no, my wife is the one who taught Morgan how to swim, and Morgan could, and I can barely float, so I don't know.
I was gonna say, if I was a betting man, I'd bet that you don't know how to swim.
Not at all.
Yeah, no. That checks. That checks.
I saw Jaws at a young age.
I was on the swim team in high school, so
that doesn't shock me.
I was okay. You know, like everything in life for me has always been, you know, like kind of always in the middle. Never super good, but never super bad. I'm always kind of just in the middle lane. And
that's why I played baseball, so I wouldn't be a true athlete. I was just a baseball player and a first baseman. So I got the letter, but did I really exert any effort? Not really.
Right. And the only letter I got a couple letters. I got one in speech because I was on the speech team in my senior year, and one in band. So I mean, that shows you the level of athleticism that I brought to the high school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got my baseball letter out of sympathy, but otherwise it was band, drama, speech, and debate.
And one reason why I quit the swim team was you practice twice a day, and the first practice is literally at 5:30 in the morning. And swim season is in I think it starts like in like November, it goes through January or some crap like that. So imagine jumping into a pool after you're in the winter, getting to the school and jumping into a freezing cold pool at 5:30 in the morning.
No wonder y'all do the polar bear plunge. I'm pretty sure it started up here. So
oh yeah, no, I'm sure it did, and I would not do that either. We got a lot more to get to here, so why don't we go ahead and take our next break here? When we get back, I want to get through more of these answers that people have given. Also, anyone in the comments, if you want to answer the question yourself, about that what you think aliens walk amongst us in human form. I'd love to hit your thoughts as well. Give us a call, 952-946-6205. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com.
Okay, question of the day. What do UFOs, ghosts, breathwork, and psychedelics have in common? Find out at the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through 3rd in Wisconsin, the Midwest premier event all about consciousness, life's mysteries, and all the stuff that blows your mind. 4 stages alive at the same time with world-class experts and tons of hands-on experiences. Hosted by Jimmy Church, you'll be doing UFO Skywatches with Chris Bledsoe, workshops with Dr. Diane Hennessy, Lidu and Dahlia from the telepathy tapes, a group quantum hypnosis by Sarah Bressman Cosme. You'll learn telekinesis, telepathy, dowsing rods, plus God helmet experiences, a real live seance, and live performances galore. Whether you're brand new to this world or knee-deep in the rabbit hole, this is the place to explore the unseen, the unexplained, and the undeniable at the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through 3rd. Curious? Learn more at contactmodalitiesxpo.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis's haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And we are easing ourselves into the weekend here as it's Casual Friday here in GhostBox Radio. Thank you for spending it with us. Really do appreciate it. I hope you're going to have a great weekend. And just remember, folks, to drive carefully if you're going out this evening, tomorrow morning. It may be very slippery. We don't want anything to happen to any of you. Join me Monday on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're going to have author Melissa St. Hilaire on, and her book, 30 Real Signs from the Afterlife, is a great book. And we're going to be talking about that amongst other things. Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the Doomsday Clock. It's just going to be me talking about it and just kind of talking about the history of it and how we are currently 85 seconds to midnight. What does that mean? What do they think that means? Wednesday, we're going to be talking with Suzanne Worthley, talking about Secrets of a Starseed, her book that came out, I think, back in February or so. It's going to be great. Please join us for that. Really would appreciate it. And we got a lot of stuff going on, Adam. And once again, I'm listening to that Contact Modalities Expo spot. And number one, I'm so glad to hear someone else other than my voice in the commercial break. But every time I hear them, I'm just kind of like, okay, this is pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about it. So, and seeing what people are doing. And we're going to have Melissa, who is in charge of it. She voiced the ad. She's going to come on over the course between now and May. And then a few of the people who are being out there as guests, we're going to get them on as well. So if you like talking about this kind of stuff, like UFOs, aliens, the different modalities, I think you're going to enjoy GhostBox Radio over the next couple of months. We got some great things planned. I'm really excited for it, actually.
It's going to be a blast. And the one on Tuesday, I'm glad that's a Just Greg and not a Wednesday with me, because when I first saw Doomsday Clock, I thought the comic book series.
Of course
So
you did.
I would have been grossly unprepared for that conversation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, well, it's going to be interesting, and this is not precipitated by any of the most recent world activities. This was something I was going to talk about a few weeks ago, but as we talked about as well, I've took a week or so off, and so I just kind of reorganized the schedule for the show, but I still want to talk about it and get people's thoughts on it. Here's the thing, and people are probably going to be like, good luck with that. I don't want it to be political. This is not meant to be a political pointing fingers or anything like that. I've always been very interested in the Doomsday Clock and how much of it should we actually heed versus not heed. And I think that's a fair question. I don't have an answer for it, but we'll talk about it on Tuesday.
Is it almost like the Nostradamus effect type deal? How much of it should we be paying attention to? How much of it isn't? To me, it is the modern day Nostradamus effect, is the Doomsday Clock. So that's why I'm actually looking very forward to you covering that topic on Tuesday.
Well, it's a good point as well, that it is something like that in people's minds. Does that help curve away from total destruction, or does it feed into it? And I don't have the answer to it, but it's certainly something that we will explore and talk about, and love to have people's thoughts on it as well. And once again, it's trying not to make it political, but at the very least, it needs to be a respectful conversation as well.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, anyone who's not respectful is just going to get dumped. It's as simple as that. I just, this is generally meant to be a respite from all that sort of thing. So I want to make sure that we just are able to have a good, respectful conversation, because we can learn from each other, I think, from it as well.
Very true.
So, question of the week. We talk about this all the time, but do you really think that aliens walk among us in human form? And where do we leave off here? Jill says absolutely. Tammy, who owns the Calumet, she says interdimensional life seems possible. Different species already perceive parts of reality we can't, such as colors, sound, signals beyond our senses. Who's to say that these aren't layers of existence we simply don't have the tools to detect yet? The universe is full of hidden corners and unanswered questions, a mystery worth exploring. I could not agree more. That is fantastic.
I'm glad you didn't read that one after mine. Because that was so well thought out. Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah, no, that's right. And I mean, it's something that I think I can lump you into this, Adam. I think it's something both of us certainly agree with, and have taken to our investigations and stuff like that. So
always go into it with an open mind.
Now, Anne in the comments says, I'm definitely not human. She's talking about her, not me. I think she says, I'm definitely not human, and I'm okay with that. So there's that.
Okay.
I mean,
we're okay with that too.
Who am I to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about? You could very well be. I don't know. Let's see. Rama says, what we call aliens are demigods in the Vedas and angels in the Bible. If you study Vedic cosmology, it explains it all. I'll take a look. I appreciate that. Lauren says, no. That's interesting. Very interesting. She's a psychic medium. That's very interesting. Dorothy says yes. Isn't that funny? No, absolutely not. Yes, I think it's very possible. Laura in the comments says, not sure on that, but I have a few friends that I believe in aliens and UFOs. Wade says, and if aliens do walk amongst us, what is the reason and the plan? I mean, obviously that is something that I think a lot of people would like to know about, and people responded to him in the comments saying that that's exactly what we're wondering. Are they studying us or planning something? And it's just I mean, it's a great way of starting a conversation, and who knows? I mean, I personally have always thought that we are in a sense, a bit of an experiment. And I
More than just Florida.
I think not only we're experiment, I think we're a failed experiment in a lot of ways. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's like that South Park episode where the cows were the only intelligent ones. There are days.
Now, interesting, Jason responds to Wade in my comments and says, why does there have to be a reason or a plan? Why can't they just live amongst us in peace? I think that's a fair question as well.
Yeah, or on vacation like in Men in Black.
Absolutely. I mean, who knows? King Sisters Paranormal says, it's Jim that I think wrote this. I'm still skeptical. Unless alien civilization is so advanced, let's say either a type 2 or type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale, that they're able to create wormholes at will. I'm just not convinced that we've been visited. The interdimensional being argument is compelling, though. I actually think that's the only reason they can get to us is through wormholes or portals. And I just can't say that. I don't think it's wise for me personally to comment on how possible it is for another race in the universe to do something. You know what I mean, Adam? Like, I can't say, I just can't believe that technology could be at a level that could allow aliens to find a way to Earth. Who am I to say that they couldn't?
Yeah, and honestly, for me personally, I've always thought some of these alien species, how much older are they than we are and further along than we are because of, where they are from their sun and their quote unquote Big Bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we're billions of years old. Who knows how many more trillions and trillions years older than we are that are just beyond, advanced that we will, obviously not see in our lifetime, but who knows before, Andromeda sucks us in, if we'll be able to even see that in our galaxy's lifetime.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, there has to be parts of the universe that are older than what we are. And, it's all relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to know what relevancy is. Adrian says, if we are souls inhabiting earthborn body, then technically we are already aliens walking in Earth. Who knows? Maybe the seeds of what we eventually became were planted here by aliens. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's see. Julie says the light beings or extraterrestrials have been here a long time. More are coming because some of the people are awakening to their soul. I hope to interact with them someday. I have had 2 flashes of light after speaking to the sky, separate nights and not on an aircraft. 1 flash each time answering me.
Right on.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. A couple more people saying yes. Let's go over to the GhostBox Radio Facebook page. And if you haven't gone there and followed me on that, please consider doing so. This is where you can see all this wonderful stuff, including also knowing when there are events coming up. Let's see. Vic says, in regards to aliens walking amongst the earth, amongst us as humans, I think so. If they look odd to us, we can easily shrug it off as someone with bad plastic surgery.
So John Travolta? Oh, wait.
Well, at first I thought, I misread because my eyes have been kind of bothering me lately, especially against light for some reason. I thought he wrote bald. And I thought, well, that explains 3 to 5 every day. What are we talking about here? Let's see here. Yeah, right. Let's see. We have also a couple more here I want to get to real fast as we're rapidly running out of time. Crystal Psychic says, I don't think so. I believe the mask would slip too easily. If alien life forms are walking this planet, they would need to keep themselves hidden. Listen, I don't know for sure if aliens are walking around us or not, but I would guess that they're not going to be wearing masks. I'm not ripping on your answer, but it's not. I think it's a little bit more high tech than that. I'm just gonna say it's not a mask that's gonna suddenly fall off. I mean, it's gonna be more like V, if anything. I think.
That's probably what she's referencing, because I know she absolutely adored V when that was out.
Right. And I did too. I remember my mind being blown by it.
She says the same thing, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. We
Yeah.
found it on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, this was neat.
Yeah. No, I love it. But I didn't like the TV series. I only liked the mini series.
Yeah, that's the one she liked, was the miniseries.
Absolutely. Let's see. Chantel says it's possible that they're already here, just in disguise. Absolutely. Then she adds, we could all be aliens. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's why not? Why not indeed? Why not be all aliens? So yeah, that's cool. I'm happy that people liked the question this week. We've had a couple decent ones in a row. Rarity, quite
And
frankly.
it is a good question, because obviously there is no wrong answer to any of the questions that are posed for question of the week, but it is one of those where, could they be, could they not be, could they be walking amongst us? But they're Puff, or they're my dog Annie.
Yeah,
who knows?
yeah. Absolutely. And there are people who I do believe, and I think they believe, come from an alien ancestry of some kind, such as Suzanne, who we'll be talking to on Wednesday. And then there's people who I know, and I'm not going to name names because it's not my story to tell, but he's had dreams of aliens being on possibly ships or whatever, but children are in incubators, and that they're half alien, half human, and he's had multiple dreams of different times in their lives, and I don't think they're dreams. He doesn't think they're dreams either. So anything's possible, right? Anything's possible. Well, look at that. We're already out of time. Once again, folks, if you're driving around the Twin Cities, please be careful. We don't want you to slip around and whatever. Just be careful out there. We're going to be back on Monday. We're going to have on with us Melissa St. Hilaire. We're talking about 30 real signs from the afterlife. You do not want to miss it. Everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Take care, everyone.
Come see the trained chimp. It's the